fantastic to see you. The highlight of the cruise that we just got off was visiting the Panama Canal, and it was sensational. We spent 2 days in Panama. The first day, Karen the Weather Girl and I took a ferry from the middle of the Panama Canal over to the Pacific side to a place called Balboa, which is right next to Panama City. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you some little clips of this so you get a feel for what the Panama Canal looks like at that area. But let me give you first a few random facts about the canal. The first one is that it's total length about 51 miles. It's 85 feet above sea level. About 14,000 ships a year go through the Panama Canal, probably above that because they open up some new wider locks. The canal operates in one direction. It's one way every 6 hours from the Atlantic to the Pacific or otherwise Pacific to the Atlantic. And the reason it's operated that way is because it's a little too narrow, especially in the middle, for these big cargo ships and tankers to pass one another. So it takes a ship about 12 hours to get from the Atlantic to the Pacific. And by the way, when you're going from the Atlantic to the Pacific, you're not really traveling from east to west. You're traveling from north to south. We took a ferry. We got on in a place called Gamboa, which is about halfway through the canal. It's just before the Culebra Cut, and the Culebra Cut is a path. I don't know how it's. 10 miles, maybe something like that long. That they had to cut through a bunch of hills or small mountains, and it was certainly the most difficult engineering part of the building the canal. So anyway, it took us the better part of a day to go through it. The reason it took so long, we thought it was going to be 7 hours. It took us 10 hours. And the reason was that we got bumped by a U.S. submarine. Turns out that U.S. warships jumped the line. You know, they've got everything pretty carefully scheduled to get these ships in and out. But for U.S. warships, they can go right through. They cut to the head of the line, and what happened was we were delayed a little bit. Let me show you the Panama Canal, at least from the midway point through to the Pacific side.
you.